Actually, I'm done with the first season. I don't even know that.
There's no other season. It was literally last year.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, man. That
I
first
didn't know,
season's so good.
I didn't know if they'd actually started up this year yet, or if it's even coming back. If it
Yeah,
got
it's in
hacked.
the. They don't know if it's coming back. There's some problems behind the scenes with the producers.
Look, all I gotta say is, if it does come back, I need to know when the hey, I want to put my name in that fucking hat.
Yeah, man. It's so fucking good. It's legit as fuck. Watch the quest. And you know
But
what?
no,
We're going to
I
talk
can
about it again in a little while.
I can see it now. All five of us somehow randomly get pulled for this, and it's just like, guys,
Not me, man. Not even close.
we've done this. Oh, come on,
I'd
AP.
love to be on the quest, but I'd literally walk 5 feet and then fall over
I
exhausted.
probably die after half an hour. Yeah, I
Even,
can't
I
run.
want to say, man, that
What?
Bonnie chick was not physically fit,
And
and
she
she
made
ran
it.
like 11 miles a day doing the shooting. She got fucking hard during that shit, man.
Maybe it's what I need then.
That was
I
a
would
poor
be
choice
all
of
over that.
words.
That was a good choice of words. That you first off, you've never played Dungeon World.
I have played Dungeon World.
Then
That
you
is
know that
false.
there's a bond that says somebody is weak, I will make them hard.
Okay.
You haven't watched Dark Heresy because that's Jeff's bond with DJ Wheat. Brick's
That's.
Pilgrim is soft, I will make her hard.
Oh my.
And it comes up all the time.
Oh my god.
That literally, like, the whole show, they have to reference that bond every week because they never resolve it. Okay, Vival. Do you have a
Yes.
contact, or do you study extra hard at home and have a question available?
Study extra hard at home.
Okay. What kind of studies did you... Who did you study with, and what was it exactly you were studying?
The geography of Wadi.
Oh,
And
interesting. Yeah, so you
and
were...
human anatomy.
No, the geography as to find the optimal site at which to create some unholy
Yeah,
shrines.
like you were studying maps of the necropolis from thousands of years ago, and you're just like, oh, I feel like this is a pretty good conjunction right here.
The
Got a
ley
lot of
lines are
necrotic energies.
The ley lines cross properly here. There's much power to be had.
Locke, do we have you?
No.
I feel like he stepped away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I know
did.
you guys send messages on Skype, but I can't see them. So, Inian, you have
Yeah.
a contact or a question?
A contact.
All right. Who is this person and what do they do?
They are a specialist on mummy curses, traditions, where like their family lineages and whatnot. And Aenean is trying to figure out what happened with that mummy
That left
that
you for
cursed him.
dead? Okay.
Yes.
What is this person's name?
Um. Let's go with Carl.
I'm gonna do Carl with a K. Carl with a K, I think he's probably like an adept or an expert. Kind of like I'm seeing a sage, but you tell me if that's wrong. You know, someone who's like super wise and he's like, yes, I remember there was a story about mummies in 3922, Rodin, yes. I remember the mummy came out of... Or is he like, you know, is that what he's like? What is he like?
That will work.
Okay. He could be a badass rock star, you know. Like Harry Potter. Just be like, I know plenty of stuff because I studied super hard at school while I was breaking all the fucking rules. I literally never did anything anybody told me to do.
It's all practical learning.
Yeah. I know about mummies because I killed them for a living.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so you are speaking with someone who specializes in mummies, mummy bloodlines, and the undead. Interesting.
Yes.
Do you feel like that work ever crosses over with, you know, Vival and Gundrek's mission?
It does.
Okay.
It creates a theme that he can work with.
You guys
Use
have
one
a
to understand
bond
the
more
other.
than, like, let's... You know, you're not always like, let's kill all the undead. You'd be like, capture that mummy. I need him alive. And they'll be
Yes.
like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Locke, Do you have a question or do you have a contact?
Oh, I totally have a question.
Okay. What did you study your questions in?
Well, again, it's more of like the hazards of what I might find in some of this ancient engineering. So it could be like a planar being or an undead or construct. Or it could even be something like a trap or like an odd
So you've
like
been doing a lot of
structure.
studying about like ancient Osirian culture.
Yeah, like I don't wanna die when I'm checking out the architecture, and plus it kind of plays into my field of study anyway.
Okay. Thing. All right. Does anyone have anything they'd like to add about their character? Any interesting thoughts that they've had about who their character might be before we kind of move forward?
Not
Uh,
like that, but for all the bluster of Aenean might try to whip up about his many professions, he is an actual merchant.
Interesting.
He does have a rank in professional merchant.
Fascinating.
so you're good with the horse con then? Right
He
on.
probably picks the targets for you. Like he knows who's vulnerable.
Like
Getting
that sweet
scammed.
spot, so we're clearly scamming someone, but not so much that, they'll be like, ah, that's ridiculous.
I can't
Yeah,
believe
like
a
you
horse
make
this
it
good exists.
you
Right.
make it seem like it's worthwhile.
A
Yeah.
horse that can literally lift thousands of pounds? Impossible. I'd say this horse can lift about 3 times more than normal. I'd say it's got about 3 horsepower on it.
There it is. And
Well-
at a used horse at that too.
Well, you
Well-
know the value goes down 25% once you take the horse off.
Once
the
you
roof.
walk it off the lot.
Now, was that walking it off the lot or once it's born?
I think it's walking it off the lot. So I think that ironically, we're gonna begin with the camera like going like point view on Galarian from space, and then like going down through the clouds. There's like fantasy music playing that's like dun 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 dun, like exciting stuff, and then we zoom down on the characters, and the music suddenly goes super fucking dark. So let's go random again. Gundrak, what exactly do you look like? Not just physically, but what does your equipment look like?
Currently, I look rather ragged and road worn, at least as far as outside appearances go. Long overcape that's kind of tattered at the hem, definitely dirty from the road. Hood's currently pulled up, so you can't really see my face. Occasionally, you do see some scars on my hand, my right hand.
I assume that's from live sword training.
No, actually, that is from one of my drawbacks.
Oh.
I have the foul brand on my hand.
Oh, what is this
Uh-oh.
brand exactly?
It is the brand of Orcus.
Oh shit.
Let me
Interesting.
shake your hand. Oh no.
I don't shake hands.
Okay.
Yeah,
Tell
you cut
us
them off.
more. You know?
I actually do have 2 drawbacks. One of the others is every night you will find me in one establishment or another. I have the hedonistic drawback as well. Didn't take the extra trait for it, but it fits this
Still
character's
is
build.
hedonistic.
Yeah, it just fits this character. Like, what? There's
That's
a bar with food and whores? Alright, you guys go do what you were doing. I know where I'm going to be.
Okay. Interesting.
But
What
as
does your
far...
armor look like?
It's not really out in the open right now.
Oh, you've got your cloak on.
My face, when it does poke out, is really, really dark.
What color
It-
of dark? I mean, are we talking dark like I'm scary, or dark like your face is a deep shade of like Mwangi tan?
A combination of the two. It is definitely scarred from many, many hours of failing at training. But life is not easy growing up as an anti-paladin.
Man.
But I also do have the racial Gloomkin, which has me coming more from the underground areas and more Orcan than human.
Okay.
Which is
when
probably
your cloak drops,
Which
what
is
do you look
probably
like?
why I got dumped on the curb.
Yeah. When your cloak drops, what do you look like?
I definitely my features tend more towards the orcish side. There are two fangs coming up out of my lower jaw, definite underbite. Again, the dark colored skin with the multiple scars and lines from combat training. Uh, Also, for those who do see me in combat, I do have a great helm with Orcus's symbol on it. Well, I have the steel skin, which gives me a free great helm. No
Yeah, sure.
bonuses, but
Oh, man.
instead of my family, well, what was my family? My family was Orcus.
The church. Yeah.
No, my family was Orcus. To hell with the rest of these fucks. They're all gonna die and become pawns. My family is Orcus.
Okay. Do you wear clothing over your armor?
Um, when needs dictate.
Okay. What does your armor look like? I mean, is it stylized towards Orcus? Is it
Uh,
like leather banding, or is it literally you're just wearing some shiny silver mail?
no, it's not shiny silver mail. It is a chain shirt right now, but actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm in full plate.
Okay.
Damn
But
right.
it is not the, I am a paladin, it's all shiny. It's more along the lines of what you would expect to see from a soldier.
Okay, so it's
It it
dented, it's got some scratches, but
it, it
otherwise it's well maintained.
yeah, it's well maintained, it's seen hard labor, it's not, brand new and shiny and untested.
Okay. If someone was to see you on the street, what might they think of you? What would be their first thought?
How
Get
close
off
are
the
they?
street.
5 feet.
um yeah, I need to leave.
Okay, all right. Move to-
Especially at 5 feet. I mean, if they're seeing me from down the road, whole nother story. But at 5 feet, with the other things going on with the character, yeah, I'm gonna go this way.
All right, Aenean, what do you look like?
Pretty much exactly like my token.
I don't know what your token looks like.
I will bring it up and describe it. He is a dark-skinned elf with tan, almost white hair, and he's got his wizardy robes on. He would probably seem stoic if it weren't for the pure, why are you looking at me kind of
He seems
glance
kind of
that he
bored.
gets. Pretty much.
Okay. Um. What does he wear?
Mostly just his robes.
Mostly just robes. Okay.
He
No one ever
does
catches
have...
you outside of robes.
No, actually. He has the sleeves of many garments
Oh, okay.
that he uses
All
to
right.
keep those
Nice.
things looking pristine and almost of royal quality.
Yeah. And PJs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Cool.
The moment he
And
hops out of
bathing
bed,
suit
back
on
to
many
robes.
occasions.
I know.
All right. hmm. We'll show that token here in a minute, although we'll have to get that on. If someone saw you on the street, what might they think of you?
More of a question of who's that, rather than a specific impression.
Okay. All right.
Because he is an old elf. He has seen a lot, so he's got some weathering to his complexion.
All right. So you think people would be interested to know more about you, this mysterious wandering elf?
At a glance, yes.
Okay. All right, Locke. I know
Yes,
we
sir.
know that you wear a mask. Tell us more about you. What do you look like?
I wear a cloak, a heavy cloak at all times. You can tell that there's armor underneath some of the cloth, like in between. Like I wear a chain shirt. Yeah, the mask is like all different kinds of metals, so it looks almost like the symbol of Bri, but more cheaply made. Something that I may have handmade, probably. and kind of nondescript physically, 5'8", slim-ish. It's hard to tell with all the cloth and stuff flowing around, but always carrying the crossbow, which is like hanging from my shoulder, and it's definitely like a point of interest. Like it's all different
Is it like
metals.
Varric's
Like
crossbow and Dragon Age 2? Super specialized.
yeah. Although it's unclear as to if any of the specialist equipment on it actually serves a purpose. Like
Okay.
maybe it's useful, maybe it's not.
So it's like Tijuana Taxi style. You just put whatever you want on there.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Now, when you say you got a lot of cloth swirling about you, are you literally doing like the Dark Riders from Lord of the Rings, where you've got like hundreds of feet of cloth wrapped around you, and it just, it looks all heavy and dark and shit?
Not really. No, it's still more utilitarian than that. Like a lot of it's to keep the sun off and to keep my figure ambiguous.
Okay.
So maybe the equivalent of, instead of one cloak, two cloaks, just to mask everything. And
You're like, give me a sec. I got to take off my cloak. It's a little warm in here. Got another cloak
and there's
underneath.
another cloak underneath. Yeah,
I feel like you're Kakashiing me.
there's a light cloak underneath.
Let me take my mask off. There's another mask.
You know what's funny is I actually do have a cloth mask on my character sheet underneath, in case someone takes off the other mask.
So note to self: rip off first mask, then second mask.
And then I might have a disguised self on. You never know. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, Aeneid knows you use disguise self.
Yeah, absolutely.
To do the cons, so he would know that even if you're unconscious, he may not be able to trust whatever form you're in.
My traveling companions will note that I never take meals with the group. I do not take off the mask if I can help it.
You're not just going to Kakashi it through the mask and just be like...
No, that's too difficult. The mask is solid, so...
Yeah, well, again,
I don't know.
You may not have watched Naruto
haven't.
As a high school student, but he ate through the mask using ninja magic.
Yes, use your ninjutsu.
Yeah, I suppose that's a pretty close approximation then, yeah.
Okay.
So every time
saw you in this... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Every time you go to take your meal, I'm going to just egg you on to try and get you to eat through the mask. Because I'm totally going to believe that's what you do. I don't ever see you take the damn thing off anyways, so...
Maybe I don't eat anyway. Maybe I just throw it away.
Oh, so you get to play the damn fear. I see how it is.
These haters. Okay, Jim.
Yeah.
Oh no, you know what? I forgot to ask Locke. If someone saw you on the street, what would they think?
Well, let's see. Go back to Hot Topic? I don't know. More like, what the hell is that person doing? Kind of thing. Because, the mask and the robes and, just trying to be, way too secretive when there may not be a need to be.
Interesting. All right, Vival, what do you look like?
I wear jet black chainmail and a bright red cloak.
Okay. Psychologically, are you intimidated by the fact that your brother wears much heavier armor than you?
No, he's just showing off.
Okay. Yeah, you don't clank anywhere near as loud as him. All right. So, I mean, wearing jet black armor, mercenaries do that. Is there anything specifically about your armor or your appearance that would make someone, suspect you might be more than simply a well-equipped mercenary?
Oh, probably the demonic shaped helm that he occasionally wears in battle.
I see. So much like your brother, you also have a demonic great helm.
But I don't wear that around the
right
streets necessarily.
It never said I was wearing mine currently.
I love the idea, you guys walk into battle, you both, pull out your helms and put them on, slow motion walk, drop of sweat comes down.
And there are two brothers dressed as Sauron.
And we have just entered
cool comic, The Brother Sauron.
and we've just entered Shadows of Mordor, where we're the three captains.
Wow, really? Shadows of Mordor? Man, that story fucking nosedived at the end.
Yes,
That actually makes me happy that I haven't fucking played it.
It's pretty good, man. It's Assassin's Creed for people who aren't, morons. Boom! Nailed it. Assassin's Creed fans, fuck you. I hate Assassin's Creed. Ever since they took Kristen Bell out of it. But I also think Assassin's Creed is like the World of Warcraft of stealth games. It's all about nailing the achieves and jumping out of hay barrels over and over again to, get eagle eyes. The story is not the main focus of AC. And Shadows of Mordor, there's so much cool stuff to do. The focus is on murdering people over and over again.
And how cool it looks.
And that the subsystem where like you fight armies and people remember you. If you watch my Shadow of Mordor playthrough, the same guy killed me like 3 times in a row and became like a fucking captain. This is the first guy I fought, and he was like, "Tag!" He did this weird shit where his body would move and his face wouldn't while he was talking. So he'd be like, right now, literally doing this while talking to me is impossible to take him seriously. At one point, he developed a hip thrusting motion while talking. It was so fucking creepy.
After the 3rd kill, he's just like, yeah.
Allow
Man,
me
it was so
to.
satisfying to murder the fuck out of him. I really liked that game, but the ending was... Ew. Where were we?
And
We were talking about how
Sauron shows
scary
us.
Vival is. Alright, Vival, we know that you're a dude, and we know that you wear all black armor, and you got a demonic great helm. What about, your looks? How you looking?
He's not bad
Your
looking.
brother's around whoring, so, I mean, it's not that he might look great, but at the very least, he doesn't look like, I don't know, someone who looks really bad.
I'm reasonably handsome.
Okay. You seem like you might probably be the most handsome in the party, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm just saying, the other party members, one of them wears a mask all the time. Another has an 8 charisma and sleeps with whores, so
I
he's
have a
probably
14
not the kind of
charisma.
person who develops long-term relationships. And from Aenean, we know that he kills people and uses them to do blood magic, and has 8 charisma, so I'm guessing...
So 14 charisma.
While he might be handsome, he probably does not know how to talk to women, except to be like, can I kill you and use you in an experiment?
Do you have a lot of blood on you?
You know what's really fucked up? The pregnant ones are the best.
Hey man, that's the whole... Wait. That's actually the whole story
We'll see you
of
next
Bloodborne.
week.
There are people out there that are like, Bloodborne, all of the people you get your blood from are all pregnant. Or shit like that. It's all the priestesses, so...
Mhm.
Yeah. That could be what powers the city of Yaharnan, or whatever the fuck. I don't really know that much. I just read an article about it. Okay, so you're a moderately handsome dude in all black armor. The ladies might be attracted to that. How are you doing on the relationship front?
As I come from a very well-to-do family, unlike my brother who was abandoned on the doorstep of the Temple of Orcus, I am a serial monogamist.
Okay.
And I'm currently unattached.
Okay, alright.
So by serial monogamous, does that include the serial killer part where when you're done with them, you kill them, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we already know that's something
Doesn't
that
work
your
out.
particular cult does.
I just had to be sure.
Have you ever been in a relationship with someone and then like married them and killed them?
Sure.
Married.
But what was that
Oh,
person's
married.
name?
No. I didn't
You
marry
want to
anyone.
put
I've
your
never
name
married.
on it. Yeah.
Hey, Vival. Onion would probably be helping you out with those untimely departures.
Excellent.
I mean, do you literally like take whores to roadside inns, like kill them and then have Aenean like cover up the crime?
No.
Waste
Alright.
not, what not?
I'm a little confused as to what's happening here then. Explain it to me.
on the occasion that I have had romance in the past, it's been elegant and refined and ended in ritual murder.
Okay, interesting. All right, I'm trying to think of a movie that relates to that. I'm sure there's definitely some where you're like,
Probably not.
"What's up, lady?"
But
Yeah,
I
so
don't
you're
want.
basically like how Twilight should have been, rather than the dumb way it actually was.
Yes. Except I've never read Twilight. So I
Okay,
don't know.
well, I haven't read Twilight either, but I'm led to understood it's about a vampire who tries to make sexy time to someone hundreds of years younger than him, brings him to the coven where all the other vampires are at, and all they want to do is drink her blood, and he's like, nah, she's cool. In your version, you're like, okay, let's do it.
Or it could be like Fisk from Daredevil.
Oh, yeah, he could be, but Fisk never killed her, right?
No, not her, but that general attitude, demeanor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, Daredevil. That was a really good series.
So glad there's going to be
I
another
don't
one.
understand why people are upset with the ending. I don't know. I don't get it. I thought the ending was pretty good.
I actually thought it tied up very nicely.
People are dumb.
That's true.
People are dumb.
People are dumb. I knew someone was going to reaffirm that too, because I was doing it. All right. Okay. If someone saw you on the street there, Vival, what would they think?
They'd either be like really in awe of him or really terrified of him.
Okay. All right. So there's,
He is a force of personality.
Now, this is a question for the anti-paladins. Do the both of you consider basically everyone around you an enemy until they're proven an ally, and thus they are all affected by your aura? Or do you wait until someone's a serious threat before you consider them an enemy? Like, when you're walking down the streets, are people, like, suddenly, just from being within 10 feet of you, are they like, whoa, I think someone just stepped on my grave?
Yes.
Okay, so you're constantly broadcasting.
You don't suppress it?
No.
What about you?
I said force of personality.
I am a tad more subtle than that. I use it when it's fitting.
Well, it's not something you can control, right? It's not something you can be like, I turn it on or off. I think suppressing it purposely is a standard action, which means you have to really concentrate on it. The question is, do you see everyone around you as enemies and thus they're affected by it?
Yes.
Okay, so you do see people around you as enemies.
Every person's a potential threat.
Okay.
Oh, this game is so dark.
Well, then, on the other side, do you, like, when you're just walking down the street, do you actively hold in your power? You lower your aura as a standard action and, like, take the time to concentrate? You're like, oh, my brother is going to get us, into some trouble. He's always, scaring the shit out of people. He could have a little bit more class and just try to hide his, just a little bit. Just even the slightest bit of effort.
Well, he could. But if he did that, my days would be, a quarter of the fun that they are currently.
Oh, good.
He's like Fezzik. He's like, everybody move!
I'm curious how many
people, just parts.
Like, once play actually begins, I'm curious how many hours.
These
actual play time.
Yeah,
yes.
So play is beginning now that we've gotten all of you, like, we've got the image of you, right? But the people at home should have a pretty good idea of what you look like, or, their own conception of how you look like.
If they don't, they need to tune in next week where we continue this.
We zoom down, and then the camera goes up, and you guys are standing in front of the Grand Mausoleum, the Temple to Pharasma in Wadi. And do any of you have some trepidations about being here? This is pretty much the mortal enemy of some of you.
Yeah. Why are we here? Why are we here?
Are you asking me, or are you just saying that out loud?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, because that's where the lottery takes place. That's where you guys get assigned your adventuring house. Now, you've looked into the specifics, right? Because you did some research.
Right.
On coming to Wadi. And you know that even if you were to walk up with your anti-paladin badge out and say, I'm an anti-paladin of Orcus, and I'm here to fuck you in the skull, they still have to give you a lottery ticket. There's nothing that stops you from being able to participate in this lottery underneath the Pharasman rules. because the rules were not written by the Phrasmans, but by the Crown Prince of Osirian.
One of you two needs to so say that exact line.
Well, I believe it's going to be him because he's the one that wants to walk around and